The tweets I've been looking into has all been capturing time-sensitive challenges and how data can help solve them. The first tweet is about Facebook and how it is in a unique position to examine attitudes towards vaccine, testing, and other behaviors and push information to people. They use daily surveys for their users to track symptoms, testing, mental health, and attitudes, where they were identifying comments, expressing concerns, and they tracked also smartphone data. The reason why they did this was to understand the spread of ideas, to identify the hesitant groups towards vaccines in order to react to false claims and the spread of misinformation. The interesting findings here is that 50% of the hesitancy came from 10 out of 638 population segments, where only 111 users contributed to half of the hesitant content in these segments. They also found a correlation between the skeptics and other radical groups. The second tweet is about how your digital marketing tools have the capacity to predict the future. With AI, machine learning, and deep learning, you are now able to almost predict the future and how to best customize the content to your users. AI is critical for advertisement on user platform because it determines the best audience for a specific ad, and it can also be used for content creation and personalization. Different ML algorithms can examine user data to help deliver the right content at the right place and through the right channel at the right time. And deep learning gives us all a better understanding on how to utilize all of this. However, 2020 and 2021 with COVID-19 has changed the consumer's behavior and attitudes. And Naim shared an interesting perspective on how these models that we once used may not be as relevant anymore. Where the key takeaways is that machine learning algorithms assume constancy between past and the future, and when things change, the models fail. COVID-19 has changed our habits and therefore our data, and pre-COVID models struggle to deal with the new situation. EY has shared some great insights to the challenge, where they have looked into how the changed consumers' behavior has evolved and where e-commerce is accelerating and forecasting models can't keep up with the complexity and budgets are often strained. Some of their most valuable solutions was to create an ecosystem of enabling technology and data and multidimensional data, including behavioral, transactional, and attitudinal. It's needed for a truly holistic view of the consumer and to develop approach to strengthen first-party data architecture to create a holistic view of consumers, where they believe that these efforts would help better understand the new customer journey. Another challenge we see is how AI and machine learning can be biased. Machine learning and artificial intelligence has come a long way, but it might be a need to go a little bit back to the drawing board, because AI platforms are being taught to screen for specific keywords to detect bias or abuse. And the result is that it also detects racism where there is none. Examples of this is, for example, with YouTube's AI that were banning Agad Matter because of the words white, black, and attack when they detected it as racism, while in reality it was used to describe a move in chess. We've seen that the AI tools has in some cases too quickly picked up on anti-Semitic and hateful content from the internet when it should have been designed to filter this out contextually. There has therefore been discussed whether human control of AI's learning and other machine learning will be important to set the context for the machines. Another challenge that we're all very familiar with is how to adapt to the work-from-home culture. Companies faces real challenges in how to build highly effective virtual teams, and an article from Reagan and Finances Online has had a look on insights on telecommuting best practices and the use of remote work software. They found out that 80% of global corporate remote work policies have shifted to virtual, where 64% of organizations says it's likely to be permanent even after COVID. Some of the top challenges that virtual teams experience in 2020 is the difficulty communicating and collaboration, its loneliness, inability to unplug, distractions at home, and working in teams in different time zones. In 2020, a study found that 28% of remote workers are challenged by burnout and being disconnected from work, and 20% of virtual teams find it difficult to collaborate with their colleagues. So, how to solve it? These can be solved in many different ways, but some of the tools that can be used are communication software tools and collaboration software tools for virtual teams. A useful tool could be Time Doctor, Monday.com, or PandaDoc. And Time Doctor, you can see illustrated here. That is an intuitive time tracking software equipped with GPS tracking, user activity tracking, screenshot capture, and performance evaluation that aims to improve overall employee productivity. Lastly, I want to round up with MRX predictions for 2021 from Insights industry leaders. The key takeaways here is that AI is taking over and is providing great insights. There will be more AI-driven solutions trying to better understand the difference between what we say and how we actually feel. Analysts will rely more on automation, and data privacy and security will be a top consideration. And lastly, more thought towards UX and mobile research will be implemented in companies' strategies. I hope you found the tweets interesting. Thank you so much for listening.